Welcome to Simulator Adventures, and welcome to Assetto Corsa. Today I'm having a look at the Maserati MC12. This is one of the most recognisable Maseratis from recent years, made in 2004 and 2005, just 50 of them were ever made, plus like a few of the special, more like racing versions. But this is actually a racing car, basically. It was made for the FIA GT Championships, and basically in that championship, the manufacturers have to make a road-legal version of their racing cars to compete. So this is a completely road-legal sort of racing car, Maserati racing car, built on the same platform as the Enzo Ferrari, Ferrari Enzo, sorry, and also it's got a pretty similar engine to the Enzo Ferrari. So it does produce less horsepower, I think, and has a lower top speed, but this is kind of a lot better around corners, apparently. This massive wing, quite wide body, lower sort of suspension. It's very sort of track ready. So yeah, let's get going. V12, 60 to V12 engine. Sounds amazing. This mod is great. The interior is maybe not as good as the exterior, but yeah, I mean, the exterior just looks great, so it's the sound especially that's amazing. Whoa, yeah. Now we are at the Lucca Ring, which is a fictional racetrack, but this is a real town. They don't actually race around the wall of this sort of like historic Italian town. Now there's my Ghost. I have been driving around here a bit to practice. It is a very difficult track to drive around. In fact, we need to get the there you go, the map and the timer on. Let's get that way. So this is the last of my Italian showcases, like when I've been looking at Italian mods for Assetto Corsa, both tracks and cars. We've had a look at an Alfa Romeo, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a Fiat, and now a Maserati. And these are the most kind of famous Italian car manufacturers, and each of them actually has vanilla cars in the game. Actually, does Fiat? I don't know if Fiat does, but there is the Fiat 500 Abarth, so I guess that sort of counts. Whoa, that's a big bump. So they've kept that bump there from like where people cross the road, I guess. There's another one. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Get the brakes on. So yeah, this isn't a real track, just a real location. I'll of course leave the links to the mods down in the description. Let's get going. Another bump. Whoa. So you've got to really gradually build the power out the corners or you will spin. Now you see, they say this is a, no. Oh! Well, look, you can go to Pisa that way. And the Autostrada, right. Restart. So yeah, they say that you can drive this on the road, but would you really? You wouldn't get me going very fast, so what would be the point? And you wouldn't have it in race mode, that's for sure. Because race mode is just lethal. Oh, jeez. Right. It was going so well at the start there. Right, let's try and get some good driving in. Why does it do that? And this car does have a full damage model, which is really good. You don't see many mods with that. The body is deformable. Gets scratches on it, stuff like that. In fact, not really deformable, you know what I mean. It shows damage. Okay, brake. Okay, we've got a bit of lock up there, but so yeah, you see what happens there when you floor it out of the corner. The car just responds very quickly and starts to spin out. Whoa, even when you don't put the power on, you've got to be careful how much you turn into a corner. I think this track is quite a bit of a test for these cars. It gets quite narrow at certain points. You can imagine what it would be like driving around with other cars on here. It goes from being really wide, and then you go around this corner, and it's half the width, and then back up to wide again. So a lot of cars, I reckon, would just be squeezed into the walls. They'd have some big accidents with these trees on the right. I mean, look at that. If you had a blowout along here. Whoa, that bump. That bump is ridiculous. We have got a racing timer on the dashboard in the tachometer. Brakes, 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 brakes. No! Why did that happen? We just locked up. Okay. So it would probably be a good idea to put ABS on when you're starting to drive this car. I'm not a brilliant driver, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty poor. But usually after a few laps I'm able to get used to a car, but this is one monster. This is difficult. I should really get the Ferrari Enzo mod and drive that around and compare it. Maybe I'll do that in another video. But like I said, I'm coming to the end of this series. I'm having a look at some Italian mods in the game, so I don't really want to do any more for the moment. Hasn't been my most popular series. Usually, if a series does well on my channel, it gets more than 100 views after a couple of weeks, but most of the videos, apart from the first one on the Alfa Romeo, weren't very popular. So I'm kind of moving on to do something else. This summer, I'm hoping to do lots of videos on all kinds of things. There's some great train sim stuff coming. But I will, of course, Assetto Corsa is going to be a main thing on my channel for at least another year or so, because I am loving it so much. It gives me my racing fix, that's for sure. I love racing games. Gran Turismo 7 is coming out, so I might get a recorder, like a game recorder, and do some of that, which would be great. I also want to go back to the old Gran Turismos. Like, I played Gran Turismo 4 on this channel, but you know, maybe Gran Turismo 5 or 6 at some point. You know, one thing that is lacking from this game is the proper career mode. The career mode is more like a sort of challenge mode. It's like you're given preset races, all with different themes. In Gran Turismo 4, there's like a sort of feeling of randomness. You don't know what you'd be pit against. And the racing series are far more interesting. Okay, we're almost at the end of the lap. Just absolutely carried a speed. Okay, this is a big corner. This is the corner we crashed on last time. Right, we locked up again. Okay, tight corner. Good turning circle. Look, I'm 10 seconds ahead of my last lap. So I do improve, but just probably not quite enough. I keep crashing. New personal best, 2:13. Okay, brakes, 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 brakes. Nice. Yeah. Brake a little bit for this corner. Don't turn in too sharp. There you go. Right. Brake quite a bit here. Down a second, or first actually. You probably don't want to go into first there, because first is spin central, you know. Right, through the trees and then over the bump. Somewhere along here. This bump will be deadly in some cars. I mean, this car has got a very hard suspension. Here it is. Ready? Whoa, we hit the rev limiter there, I think, a bit. Ooh. Brakes. Down a second. Go up by the traffic lights. Here we go. Traffic lights? What am I talking about? Street lights. Hit the rev limiter again. Wow. The rev limiter really does kick in. So yeah, I wouldn't want to drive this in real life. I'd be too frightened. My brakes. No, we failed. Okay. We did a good job, I suppose, but failed right at the end. Let's watch my ghost go. Oh, where did it go? I don't know. Right, well, we did okay there, but let's go here. So, there you go. The Maserati MC12. Now, at the end of this year, Maserati are going to be bringing out, apparently, the MC20, like a modern version of it. It's only got like a 3-litre V6 or something, but it's got twin turbos. Obviously, cars have come a long way. You don't need a big displacement to get the same amount of power as this car had like 15 years ago with a V12. But yeah, really cool car, really cool mod. I recommend both the track and the car. There's also a version of the track which has improved AI. I think there was a problem with the AI on the track where the cars just crash all the time. Probably because it gets so thin at some points. It must be a very difficult track. If they ever bring this into fruition, it actually becomes a real thing. They're going to find it really difficult to drive around here, I reckon. Would be an entertaining race though. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. That is the Maserati MC12 and the end of my series on special Italian mods and Italian tracks for this game. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to see more content from my channel, and check out these videos to see more simulation gaming on Simulator Adventures.